get some viewers.
Will I see the viewers too, or just you?
I think just me. We're live, so that's good.
Okay, awesome.
I'm just going to make sure we're good to go, and then we're going to get started.
Awesome.
All right, we've got 2 viewers. That's good. I like that. All right, 9 viewers. Okay, here we go. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We are so excited to have Big Al Schreiter with us. Me and Melanie Allen. I'm a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus. My name is Laura Ferguson. And I have Melanie Allen, Emerald Ambassador with Plexus with us. We're hosting tonight, and we are so excited to have Big Al with us. Big Al has 44 plus years experience in network marketing and MLM. As the author of the original Big Al training books in the late 1970s, Big Al has continued to speak in over 90 countries on using great and the exact words and phrases to get your prospects to say yes. And he is going to train us tonight, and I know he's going to do an amazing job, and we're just so grateful to have him. And Melanie is going to just do a little bit of more of an introduction, and then we're going to get started.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much, Big Al. We are just so honored to have you on tonight. I know that it is going to be such great information for everybody to carry over into their businesses. You have such great tips and so many wonderful books. And I know in my personal business the last 3 years that I have used your color personalities and your exact phrasing for closing prospects. So I am so honored to have you on tonight. Without further ado, we welcome Big Al Schreiter.
Okay, let's get started. Everybody hear me okay?
We can, but we can't see you.
Okay, that looked better.
There you go. Now we can see you.
So the first thing I'd like everybody to do is think that when a new distributor gets started, the first thing we ask them to do is make a list of 200 names of people they are afraid to call. So they write down the names, and they're going to try to call them for some presentations. And then they pick up the phone, and they realize, oh, wait, I didn't get a set of skills when I joined, and my sponsor didn't tell me what to say. So, well, I'll do my best. So they pick up the phone and say, hello, Mary. Remember me from high school 30 years ago? Are you tired a lot? Hello, Mary? Hello, hello? And it gets pretty ugly. So they do this 3 or 4 times, and then they say, oh, it doesn't work. I said something, I got rejected, and my common sense takes over and says, no, don't say that anymore. But my sponsor didn't give me anything else to say, so I'll just sit here and watch my business die. So that's the scenario we don't want. Now, I want you to imagine your new person came in and said, okay, write down on a piece of paper, word for word, exactly what I should say for my first sentence. You know, hi, Mary, and where do we go? Or if I'm at the coffee machine at work, what am I going to say? Or how do I invite them to a meeting or to look at a video? What could I say? So I do a lot of workshops, and I ask people to write down their first sentence. And here's what they say. I start with the second sentence. I kind of play it by ear. I tell them it's their friend, and that's pretty ugly. So let me show you a way that we can call people that's rejection-free, and we don't feel bad about it. And they don't feel bad about it either. So imagine your aunt. She's a lawyer, intimidating. Or imagine that jerk from work. Just imagine your worst prospect. You say, wow, what are we going to say? So the story goes like this. I have a friend named James McNeil. He's the verbal Aikido guy. And James tells a story. He says, I was hired as a consultant in Toronto to do some fundraising. And on the fundraising meeting I had there with the 12 execs, and these were red personalities, they would eat their young. And he said, just call your friends, invite them down to the fundraising dinner. He looked at the 12 execs, and they looked like they saw a ghost. He says, what's wrong? And they said, well, we don't know what our friends would say. And he says, come on, you guys have no feelings. You're execs. So I says, what's really wrong? He says, well, we don't know what to say. We don't want to impose on our friendships. We don't want our sisters think we're trying to make money off of them, or they're going to feel obligated. We don't want that. And he said this. Now, don't write this down. I'll give you a little shortcut here in a second, but just listen to how this sounds. He said, call your friends and say, I'm perfectly comfortable with your decision, whether you want to support the fundraising dinner or not. That's up to you. We'll always be friends. No worries. I was just uncomfortable not inviting you and having you to think that maybe you would have been unwelcomed. And when I heard that, I says, wow, that's the coolest thing I learned in 2016. So I'll say it again, and then I'll show you a little shortcut. He said, I'm perfectly comfortable with your decision whether you want to support the fundraising dinner or not. That's up to you. We'll always be friends. But I'm just uncomfortable not inviting you and having you to think that maybe you're unwelcomed. So if you have a pencil and paper right now, write down these two words. The first word would be comfortable, C-O-M, affordable. And right below that word, write uncomfortable. So let's see how that would work. Maybe you're at the coffee machine at work, and you say to your friend, hey, Mary, I'm totally comfortable with your decision, whether you want to sit down with Melanie and take a look at our business or not. That's up to you. I was just uncomfortable not inviting you. And then you find it out 6 months later that I'm leaving work and you have to do my job also. Or you could say, hey, Mary, I'm perfectly comfortable with your decision if you want to stay here working for the rest of your life or not. I was just uncomfortable not letting you know that I found one other option that might work for us. Or, hey, Mary, I'm perfectly comfortable with your decision if you'd like to take a look at our new product or not, to give you more energy. I was just uncomfortable not letting you know that there's something that you could do so you wouldn't be so tired all the time. Or let me exaggerate just to make it easy to remember. Hey, Mary, I'm perfectly comfortable with your decision whether you want to try our program or not. I was just uncomfortable not letting you know that all your nieces call you the fat aunt. All right, that's exaggerated, but it'll help us remember the technique, which is comfortable and uncomfortable. So when we call people, it makes it easy to not get rejection. They don't feel like they're being pressured, and we still are able to get our sales message into them. So think of what you could do or who you could talk to. Maybe, oh gosh, Easter just went by, but I'm sure there's another family reunion or get together coming up. Summer, we meet people. You can always say, hey, I'm perfectly comfortable with your decision whether you want to look at our energy products or not. It's just uncomfortable not letting you know that life's just so much more fun when we have energy like a 16-year-old. And most people will say, well, tell me about it. They don't feel like we have a big agenda, we're trying to sell them, and we're just letting them know something else. So it's a little homework after this call. Try some comfortable and uncomfortable. Write down some phrases that you think, hey, this would be good for my business. So should we move on to pass that original phone call to get an appointment? So you say, well, that was pretty quick. I'd like to tell the story of a Beauty and the Beast. It's the latest movie out by Disney. My grandchildren have seen it. I haven't, of course. But here's the biggest thing in this short call that we have that I would think would make the most massive difference in our business. As you know, if we keep thinking the way we are, it's going to be a little bit difficult. And here's how we think about selling. We think salespeople sit around, chant affirmations, build up courage, and then start making some cold calls and get rejected. And then after so much rejection, we finally find somebody that will talk to us. And then we talk to them, and we don't even listen to them because they might say no. We give them the whole presentation. And at the end of the presentation, we try to close and they fight it off. We try to close, we fight it off. And then we do objections and argue about the objections. And then they don't do it. And they say, well, we need to think it over. And then what are we going to do? We're going to harass them and follow up with them over and over again till either they buy, join, or die. And that's how most people see selling. And if they see it that way, not many people want to join. The problem here is we don't understand the dynamics of what happens in the human mind. Our job is to get people to make a decision. The company's in charge of making the product. The company is in charge of FDA regulations. They do the website. They do shipping and receiving, customer service. As a matter of fact, the company does everything. They don't even need us. The company can do everything perfectly well, except one thing, and that is to get people to make a decision. So the company partners with us and says, hey, we'll do everything. It's our company, not your company. We'll do everything. We're in the health and wellness business. You're not. We are. It's our company. All we want you to do is get people to make a yes or no decision if they want to be on our team or if they want to be a customer. So that's the partnership. Company does everything. We do one little thing, get decisions. So if you can look at our business as not being in the health and wellness business or the weight loss business or the energy business, because we're not, that's the company's business. We are in the business of getting people to say, yes, I want to try the products, or yes, I want to be on the team. So if you want to write yourself a little job description, you might say, my job description is to get prospects to make a decision to either join the business or be a customer. That's it. And strangely, that's the only thing the company pays us for. They don't pay us for passing out samples. They don't pay us for making a list of people we're afraid to call. They don't pay us for telling people to watch videos or go to websites. They don't pay us for follow-up. They don't pay us for meetings. The only thing they pay us for is when people make a yes decision. Once we understand that, wow, the business gets a lot easier. So decisions are everything. And if we're in the decision-making business, we're going to have to get rid of some dysfunctional thoughts about how people make decisions. We think we have to do appointments and give them samples and read brochures and follow up and follow up 7 times, 7 no's before they say yes. And I would like to propose one other viewpoint. Beauty and the Beast. Let's all go to Beauty and the Beast. So we decide to go down there and we buy a ticket. Now, I don't know what the ticket is, maybe $10. And we buy that ticket, go inside and buy some value price snacks. We get some popcorn, some milk duds for the dairy group. And we have a bunch of snacks. We go sit down, and even though we paid $10 for that ticket, they're going to play a lot of commercials. And we're watching these commercials getting irritated, and finally, they show some trailers for upcoming movies. And it's at Make It Decibels, we almost go deaf. And after so many previews of movies, Beauty and the Beast comes on. Now, if you haven't seen the movie, let me be the spoiler. Beauty wins. And the movie goes on for about an hour and a half. And at the end of the movie, it says the end, and then a bunch of credits roll by the screen. It says, all rights are owned by Disney or somebody. And who was the actor, and who sang this, and who did the lighting, and who was the director, and who was the producer, and who was the grip, and all the people contributed to the movie. Now, if you have that picture in your mind, I want you to think of the timeline. From the moment we started, so, Beauty and the Beast, all the way to the end till the final pixel went off the computer screen or the movie screen. Ask yourself this question. At what point in that timeline did we make our final decision if we wanted to go and see that movie or not? And the answer is right away. We made our decision first before we knew the name of the actors, before we knew the lighting director, if it won any awards, before we saw a bunch of trailers, and we made our decision first. And the biggest breakthrough we can make in our business is to realize that people make decisions before they probably even heard the name of our products, the name of our company, or how it works, sort of how it works. So when we sit down with prospects, they're going to make an instant yes or no decision in the first few seconds, maybe 15 or 20 seconds. They've already sorted out yes or no. And if you can accept that for now, and I can give you hundreds of examples, and Melanie, you've heard me do this over and over again. Once you've sorted this out, that people make decisions instantly, then we can change how we talk to people. What you and I are going to do is get decisions first. And if the answer is no, we're done. If the answer is yes, then we can tell them the name of the company, the products, and presentation. And if you're thinking the obvious, which is how in the world do people make decisions first, let me show you a little technique so that people will make a mental yes decision that they wanted before they even know what it is. So this technique is called tiny questions. If you want to know a lot more about tiny questions, there's a book that was just released Monday on Amazon called Retail Sales for Network Marketing. But every technique in that book, Retail Sales for Network Marketing, can be used for recruiting also. So here's how tiny questions work. First of all, my friend James says, it's hard for people to answer questions out of context. I pick up the phone and I call you, hey, what are you doing Thursday night? And we feel the drama in our minds. Oh, no, whoa. What's he going to ask me to do? Is it going to be a double homicide? I don't want to commit to anything. But now, what if I called you and said this? Hello, my daughter's getting married Thursday night. What are you doing Thursday night? So what we're going to do is let people know where we're going so they don't feel uncomfortable. Because when people feel uncomfortable, they tend to say no and be resistant. So the first question in tiny questions is going to be, of course, really tiny. And this question will just kind of let them know the topic or where we're going. And we're going to form this question so they will be in agreement with us. Here is an example. I like to start with a question when I'm talking to somebody. Do you like money? And they're going to say, yeah, I like money. Now, when they say, yeah, I like money, they're leaning in one direction. Now, once they're leaning in one direction, it's like an object in motion. They just want to keep going that way. It's very hard to fight their way back to the other side. An example would be if I say, what political party are you? And you say Democrat, it's going to be hard for you to say, I'm going to be Republican, or vice versa. So the first question is very non-invasive. You don't want to get people to think much. You don't want them to feel bad or put on the spot. You don't want to say things like, oh, how's your sex life? Or how much money is in your checking account? That would make people upset. So it's just something really easy like money. You say like money, they're leaning already in one direction, and they know that we're going to be talking about money, which makes them feel more comfortable when we ask the second question. Now, the second question is the one we really want to ask. The second question is going to get them to commit, yes, I want to do it, or not. So let's see how that sounds. I might say, do you like money? Yeah. Would it be okay if we talked about it tomorrow night? Well, yeah. Or I might say, do you hate commuting? Oh, yeah, I hate commuting. Would it be okay if we could be in a business where we could work out of our home? Yeah. They've already made a yes commitment to our business before they even know what it's about. And they say, yeah, and from this point on, all we have to do is not talk them out of it. And most of us will probably learn the basic presentation skills so we don't talk them out of it. Maybe I would say, ever feel tired in the afternoon? I feel tired all day long. Would it be okay if I showed you something to fix it? Yeah, that would be great. Or if Find it hard to diet? Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm surrounded by donut shops. Yeah, it's hard to diet. Would it be okay if there's an easier way of doing it? Yeah, definitely. Or hate warehousing your babies in daycare? Yeah, I do. Would it be okay if we sit down over a cup of coffee with Melanie and she can show us how to maybe work out of our home? Oh, yeah. Tiny questions. Very, very powerful. So the first question, easy. The second question is where we want to get our yes commitment, because our business is getting these yes decisions. And it's so easy to get people to say, yes, I want what you have to offer, because they desperately want what we have to offer. If you do this, the rest of the presentation is not really a sales presentation, it's just an explanation. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with that tiny question. And then the second question, I'll show you a little trick. After you said the first question, the first 5 words of the second question should be, would it be okay if? Now, when you say, would it be okay if, people naturally want to say yes. It's based on the programs, and if you get serious about the business, you learn about the different programs we have and how to talk to them. But for now, just realize if you say, would it be okay if, people think, well, it's kind of polite and I have to say yes, and I want to say yes because you said it so nicely. Would it be okay if almost guarantees a yes decision to the second question. So listen to this. If I were to say, would it be okay if you could fire your boss? Yeah. Would it be okay if you had an extra paycheck? Yeah. Would it be okay if you could pay for Christmas with cash instead of credit cards? Yeah. Okay if you could double your retirement in 9 months? Oh, yeah. Would it be okay if we could work 3 weeks out of the month and get paid for 4? Yeah. Would it be okay if we had a 1 week vacation every month? Yeah. Would it be okay if we had a 5-day weekend instead of 2? Oh, yeah. Would it be okay if you never had to go to work again? Oh, yeah. Would it be okay if we could stay home with our children, still get a full-time paycheck? Yeah. Would it be okay if we earned more money part-time than our husband did full-time? Yeah. Would it be okay if we woke up every morning feeling like $1 million? Would it be okay if we fell asleep at night within 7 minutes our head touching the pillow? Would it be okay if we had energy on demand any time we want it? Would it be okay if we could lose weight one time and keep it off forever? Yes. So when you say, would it be okay if, it's ka-ching, 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 the inside of the mind says, yeah, I want to do this. Now compare that to different words. If you go in and say, I just got involved with, people are running for the door. Or, would you be interested in, they've already made a no decision. So one of the things that motivate us to learn the basic skills of the business is currently we're saying words like those that we think are polite, but actually are pushing people away. But would it be okay if is a pretty good way to start the second sentence. So the second sentence is, would it be okay if? And that helps fill in the rest of the sentence. Just put in some benefit that you have. And people want to say yes. So I'll do a couple more and listen to how it sounds using this little formula. So I might say, do you believe in taking omega-3s? Yeah? Would it be okay if you took a better brand? I guess so. Or take the alarm program on your iPhone. Oh yeah, I wish I could just delete it. Would it be okay if you could work out of your home and wake up anytime you want? Oh yeah. Or do you feel underpaid for what you do? Oh yeah. Would it be okay if we met with Melanie over the phone and she can give us some alternatives? Yeah. Do you find your job boring? Oh, boring. Would it be okay if we had an exciting career helping others? Yeah. And all of a sudden, we start off talking to a pre-sold prospect who's already made a yes commitment, and all we have to do is explain the details. Because what you and I are actually doing is not selling them. We're actually adding one more option to their life that they can choose from. And this makes us feel good. And it's also helpful when we talk to people. They say, oh, I don't want to hear any sales pitch. Hey, I'm just going to give you one more option that you can use in your life if you decide to need it sometime in the future. Okay, then you can talk to me. Tiny questions is probably one of the easiest things new people can use when they start their career, so they don't feel that rejection that they get from coming out with some sort of sales pitch. So starting with these couple techniques, it's a lot easier for starting people. Now, they're also going to say, well, yeah, but then I start my sales pitch. All right, presentation, which is really their first training session. But at the end, they say, well, I know they said they wanted to do it, but they're still thinking it over. And, you know, they say, I want to talk it over with other people. I'm just not sure. Well, let me give you some words and a way of finishing up, because you don't want to chit-chat with people forever. And you don't want to sit there and just hope they volunteer, because that could take hours. So what we want to do is kind of wrap it up and be polite. So if you find closing intimidating or feeling icky, like you're trying to take advantage of your sister or something like that, relax. Here is a really nice 9-word close that you can use, and people will feel great, and you'll feel great too. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get people to say, wow, you have my best interest at heart. And you're going to give me some choices, and it's kind of a giant hug-a-thon. And let me just make up my mind right now, so you don't have to worry about it. I need to think it over. And what we're going to do is accomplish all these things. 9 words. So here they are. So what is going to be easier for you? So on your paper, write down, so what is going to be easier for you? Question mark. 9 words. Now, if you say, so what's going to be easier for you? People are thinking, wow, you're giving me choices. And you're worried about what's easier for me. You have my best interest at heart. It's not just all about you. And let me pick what's easier for me. Oh, wait, if I pick what's easier for me, I've already made my final decision, and I love you, and it's a giant hug-a-thon, and all of a sudden, things get a whole lot easier. So what is going to be easier for you? 9 words. And then on the next line, write, life as it is. What we will do is describe their current life. It's going to be different for everybody we talk to. And we're going to describe their problems. And in this description, we will allow them to make the choice if they can keep their life just as they want. No changes. They don't have to do anything we suggested. Life as it is one of the options. On the next line, our solution. And what we're going to do is tell them our solution. So let me give you an example of how this sounds in real life. Let's say at the end of the presentation, you told them about the business, and they're thinking, oh, I'm not really sure. And you say, so what is going to be easier for you? To continue trying to get by on one paycheck, or to join our business now so you get a second paycheck every month starting next month? And when they choose, well, it's already over. No more need to think it over. Or they say, oh, I don't know if this would be good for my weight. You know, I've tried a lot of stuff. None of the diet work. You say, so what is going to be, you know, to continue exercising, starving yourself, and watch the weight just keep coming back? Or to try our products now, lose weight one time and keep it off forever? Or they say, oh, I don't know, those energy, that's so expensive for the energy. And you say, hey, so what's going to be easier for you? To suffer every afternoon when your blood sugar drops and you feel tired and cranky, and then just go home and not have the energy to do anything? Or to use our energy products so you have fun all afternoon, and when you get home, you can actually enjoy your time with the family? They say, well, I don't know if I want to join your business or not. So what's going to be easier for you to wake up every morning at 6 o'clock, make breakfast for the kids, have breakfast yourself, put on the makeup, hop in the car, fight traffic, and you get down at work, and then work all day, and then fight traffic all the way back and pick up the children from daycare, and just hope you have a few minutes with the family before they go to bed and start it all over again? Or to start your part-time business now, so maybe next year you can fire the boss. And let them choose. Or they might say, oh, I don't know how to be a salesman, and I'm afraid, because they don't know that that's not what salespeople do. So we're going to say, so what's going to be easier for you? To continue your life just as it is forever, or to join now, start our training with me as your sponsor and partner, help you get a business going so you can have a brand new career you can enjoy. Those 9 words make it easy. Nobody's offended. And for us, it's pretty awesome. So here we have some ways of setting appointments, having a chance to sit down and talk to people where we can show them what we have, and even closing at the end. And it's just a matter of a couple words. Now, if you'd like to learn more words, because we don't want to keep you on all night, let me give you a place to download a couple audios for free. If you just go to bigalbooks.com, BIGALBOOKS, bigalbooks.com, go there, you'll see something that says free. Click on that, download a couple audios on how to sponsor a lot of people in a hurry. And it's free. And you'll get the 2 audios, plus you also get a book, Why You Need to Start Network Marketing, which kind of bulletproofs every new distributor. So every new distributor you get started, hey, say download the audios, listen to them while you get ready in the morning, and all of a sudden you'll be able to talk to people better. So let me give you one more phrase that kind of works pretty good, because people always want to meet new people. We don't know how to talk to them. We don't know what words to say. Here's an easy opening. Just say, I am just curious. When you say, I am just curious, lots of cool things happen in their head. But the main thing is they open up their heart. They'll tell you almost anything you want, even the coldest, meanest stranger. Let me give you a couple examples of how you can say, I am just curious. So I'm just curious. Would you like to have energy all afternoon? I'm just curious. Would you like to feel like you're 16 years old all over again, but with better judgment? I'm just curious. Would you like to feel young again? Yes. Would an extra check every month really make a big difference? I'm just curious. How would it feel to be your own boss? Or I am just curious. Are you married to this job, or are you open-minded? I'm just curious. Have you ever considered a bigger career? I am just curious. Would you like to have more time with the kids? And because you say, I am just curious, people just open up and talk to us. It's one of the nicest feelings in the world. So let me turn it back here to Melanie and everyone. And thanks for inviting me on the call. And if you can, start using these words right away, because if we learn something and don't use it, it's the same as not learning. And if you can, stop by bigalbooks.com and download those free audios and start learning some cool ways of sponsoring people. So thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much. What great information. I took so many notes. It was amazing. I always love hearing from you, Big Al. Just love your tips.
Yeah,
thank you.
Anything to add?
It was awesome. Thank you so much. I have a whole page and a half full of notes and so many great tips for us moving forward in our business, just to go forward and help people in this business. So thank you so much, Big Al. Your wisdom is wonderful, and we are so appreciative of you taking the time out of your day to train us tonight. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.